It's week 4 of the National Football League, and if it's in the game, it's in the game.
We're just moments away from the action, and it's Kick It Off next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you're starting to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in week 4. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3 quarterback.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
And it's caught by the tight end camera. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That'll be caught by Rodgers. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Up the middle they go. It's Stevens, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. From the 41, here's a second down and 6. Looking to throw. Tucker. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Operating from the gun. Tucker. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Tucker. He finds his man complete. That's Stevens. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 25-yard line.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Well, that's one way, and a good way to get things going offensively. One play in, and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. They'll look to throw again. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick here is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Off the play fake, Sanders. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Operating from the gun, Sanders. There's a short throw taken in by Bryant. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Back to throw, Sanders. And this is going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and a yard. Off play action. Tucker. And that one to the right side and incomplete. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They'll try the left side. Stevens. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Now a play fake here on first down. This is caught. The tight end Cameron. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Tucker. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Jerome Bettis, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
When you look at this defense,
they're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Back to throw again. That is caught. And past the 35, will be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Stevens. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Off the play fake. Tucker. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes.
and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
They bring their punter out there now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's Sanders. Throwing to start the drive.
There's a short throw taken in by Bryant.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 3.
As they've got it as we resume action. The slot man in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Torres, and he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Operating from the gun, Sanders.
And that's caught by the tight end, Bryant.
And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a
a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Operating from the gun, Sanders. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Off play action, Sanders. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Off the play fake, Sanders. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
And on now is the punter, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Tucker. And he comes back with one complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Stevens. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Off play action. Tucker steps away. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. Now a handoff up the middle. Stevens. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This is 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Cook. His 1st catch, good for 9 in the 1st down. Up the middle they go. It's Stevens. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Looking to throw. Tucker. And that is incomplete.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
At the 30-yard line.
They'll try the left side. Stevens. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
He finds his man, complete. That's Stevens. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down. And for the second time this half, on comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Sanders operating from the gun. That went out wide and intercepted. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know it feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Tucker buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. From the gun on 3rd down. Tucker firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And his kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Torres. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Torres. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 3rd and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's taken in by Watson. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw now on first down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and that one tied 14 apiece in the second quarter. Next, we head off to check out another game, and you can see currently they trail in that ball game. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Torres, and he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw. Sanders. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. That is brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
Yeah, and on third down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force fourth down.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Looking to throw. Tucker. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Over the middle, it's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Flores. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Tucker. Throw left side, complete. That's Flores. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll leave him with a third and just a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Stevens
knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
operating from the gun. Tucker. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Tucker. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Now he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Touchdown! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Sanders.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw. Tucker. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. Tucker. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll run on first down. It's Stevens.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Back to throw. Tucker. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Flores. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back to throw now on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Flores. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports, as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Operating from the gun, Tucker. He finds his man, complete. It's Stevens. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Off the play fake. Tucker. And Cameron has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Looking to throw. Tucker. Looking middle, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Tucker. Gonna throw right side here, complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took a
touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for two. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Sanders. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns, yardage not where he would like it. Try something new. It worked there. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
Oh, this one, it may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Sanders. This complete to Martin. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Torres. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
There's a short throw taken in by Bryant.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Sanders. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
The drive had started well after a punt last time. Now it's slowed down a bit. And let's face it, they don't want to punt the ball in back-to-back series. They want a sustained drive on this one.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 15. Looking to throw. Sanders. He finds his man. Complete. It's Torres. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, possession switches hands.
The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards. On first down, Stevens.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 94 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Tucker. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now a give right side. Stevens. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. He finds his man complete. That's Torres.
3rd and 19.
Back to throw. Sanders.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys.
Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So for the home team here, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin, along